Today we're going to be taking a look at the R700, one of the new Payday 2 weapon additions in the Fugitive Weapon pack. A moderate damage sniper rifle based on its real-world counterpart, the Remington 700, it's a versatile weapon, having been in use since the 1960s, and its use is still commonplace today. Within Payday 2 it falls into the 246 damage category of rifle, or 258.3 with the Fast and the Furious perk. With the highest total accuracy and stability in the sniper class, it offers something for the marksman out there, being the most functional sniper over extremely long range. It also has the highest rate of fire for all bolt action snipers at 75 rounds per minute. It has a pretty sleek design that many of you will be familiar with, looking like a more modern militarized version of the Platypus 70, but with a plastic finish as opposed to wood. In terms of unique attachment options, for barrels you can choose between the short and medium barrel, the short one offering a sizable amount of concealment and the medium being a hard pass from me due to the damage reduction it applies. We also get a choice between a military and a tactical stock, one offering accuracy and the other stability. As you'll often inadvertently cap out on accuracy, I generally recommend the tactical stock here. These slightly sparse options are available alongside all standard sniper scopes and gadgets, which I tend to avoid personally in order to keep the weapon's concealment intact. Just looking at this weapon from a statistical standpoint, those old pay-to-win vibes start creeping back in as you'll begin to notice that it strictly dominates the performance of most comparable options. For example, it functions very similarly to the Repeater 1874 in terms of basic playstyle, but has the edge in that it is far more practical, allowing for an open choice of sniper scope, reloading full 10 bullet magazines at once, as well as fitting far better into high concealment builds. As such, it's pretty much indisputably the best sniper at this damage category, also outperforming the Rattlesnake in every differentiating stat bar reload speed. So the question that I really need to answer when considering the viability of the R700 is whether 258 damage cuts it at the harder difficulties. On Mayhem and below, this weapon will be one-shotting all enemies outside of bulldozers and tasers when landing headshots, making it comfortably enough damage to get by. On all difficulties upwards of this, there will be a few more special enemies which require 2 headshots or more, which for the sniper class, with its reasonably low fire rate, can be fatal to its viability. What I will note though is that it passes the 255 breakpoint, which allows it to take out all regular cop units and shields with a single headshot, right up to and including death sentence. Meaning that outside of cloakers, dozers and tasers, the R700 is outputting almost the exact efficient numbers. Given this knowledge, we can conclude that its damage category is viable on all difficulties, if not without its issues and counters. What I will admit, and what's predominantly holding it back from being considered overpowered, is that for the hardest difficulties I'd still favour the 500 damage and upward snipers. Despite this, I do think the R700 offers something a bit different, being slightly more stat efficient across all lower difficulties, as well as being easier to handle and less punished by missing shots than most of its competitors. If you like the bolt action class of snipers, this one is definitely worth a try, but I don't think it's going to be matching the meta-defining consistency of something like the Desert Fox or the obvious utility of the Thanatos, meaning that it's not a must pick up weapon, even for sniper enthusiasts. In all, I'd say it fits a solid enough niche, has a good feel to it, and therefore gets a recommendation from me, specifically if you don't have the John Wick or Gage Sniper Pack DLCs already. This in mind, I'm going to give it a Death Wish seal of approval, a new rating system I'm introducing for these weapon reviews. Instead of giving weapons a rating out of 10, I'd rather dispose of as much subjectivity as possible, and instead recommend the difficulty level which a weapon excels at and up to, giving you a cross-comparable power level between weapons, as well as some insight into what heist you should be taking that weapon into. So let me know what you think of the R700 as well as the new Fugitive Weapon Pack options down in the comments below. If you like the format of this video, I'm going to be following it up with weapon reviews for the other 2 new releases before I conclude on the DLC's value, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you all very soon.